Hi, my name is Rolf and you're watching 2hp.com. Yeah, today we'll test all of these new Porsche Panamera. I was never fond of Panamera exterior design, but today I find it quite elegant and well proportioned. At least it looks like this at the front. The new Panamera is longer, wider and higher. Furthermore, designers say that as the roofline is now 20 mm lower over the rear body, a car looks considerably lower and more extended, comparing to the first generation. By the way, the wheelbase has been increased by 30 mm. The body of new Panamera is made of aluminum and steel hybrid constructions, and outer door panels, bonnet, tailgate, the front wings and roof are made of pure aluminum. But all of these stories are nothing comparing to the way how Porsche turbo wings act. This is really awesome. A show will continue when you'll see Panamera at night. The new LED matrix headlights, a creatively and recognizable design. Trust me, it's worth to see. Well, it seems like soon classic hard keys will cost more than the touch-sensitive surfaces. Why? Because almost all world producers promote high-resolution displays and touch-sensitive buttons. Meanwhile, Porsche Panamera looks like a quintessence of all of these features. A big color display, color digital instrument cluster, and here, look, is an analog tachometer. Concerning the flail space for a driver and other passengers, everything looks fine, even for almost 2-meter tall person. But will it be the same comfortable for Hulk Hogan? Huh? Now look at the central console. It's obvious that engineers have tried to solve one important and big problem: to escape all the hard keys and to represent a top functional passenger compartment with an intuitive controlling. The new Porsche design concept is called Porsche Advanced Cockpit. Its main task is to move actual hardware into a digital world. So, frankly speaking, it's a modern smartphone with an internal combustion engine. And do you know what? I prefer such a laconic concept instead of a world of buttons. Beside of both sides of the tachometer, here are two panels, where you can freely configure the needed functions. On the right side, the navigation and all the needed additional information is easily duplicated, including a night vision assistant. Porsche InNo Drive system will impress you even more. Based on 3-dimensional navigation data, it computes the optimal acceleration and deceleration rates as well as gear selections and coasting phases for the next 3 kilometers. In doing so, this electronic co-pilot automatically takes bends, inclines and speed limits into account. Other vehicles and current speed limits are detected by the system. Concerning the seats, of course, Porsche owns sporty ones with electric adjustment. Panamera is a very long car, that's why I'm not ready to announce that it's the best proportioned in the world. But the rear passengers won't be sad about this length, as they have enough knee space and flail space in general, and if not this panoramic roof, my head would also feel comfortable. Now, let's examine the rear seats. They look sporty with a special design. They are comfy and empowered by the electronic adjuster and a famous electro massager with 5 different settings. In the middle we have one more central console, a digital display, which adjusts climate and curtains. Basically, rear seat passengers won't be bored. And sure, everything looks very high-graded here. Engineers have announced that nowadays Panamera exhibits the unique air suspension. There are a lot of electronic adjustments here. It's sporty and comfortable at the same time. I have no doubt that Porsche says that Panamera is the fastest sports sedan, proved by a Nürburgring test. Nevertheless, I'm more curious about its convenience. To my mind, it's more sporty than comfortable. For instance, imagine Mercedes without suspension. That is Panamera in top comfortable way. Okay, just a joke, but there is a grain of truth in it. The suspension doesn't look simple for beginners, the same as for specialists. It consists of 3-chamber air absorbers, including electronic damper control, the electromechanical roll stabilization systems, well as torque splitter and rear wheels control system. Porsche 4D chassis control analyzes the current driving situation centrally in all 3 dimensions and by this optimizes the driving performance of new Panamera. So only 3rd generation Panamera suspension might be better than yours, and it's already actively projecting. And yes, before the presentation of a new suspension, take care of yours current, and its repair will cost you a fortune. If you want to check how sporty this car is, there is no need for a racetrack. Just get into a car, hit the gas, and in 4 seconds you'll understand everything. Trust me, it was created to impress you. The engine of 4S version is more forcible. 2.9-liter Turbo V configuration petrol engine with 440 horsepower. Another one is 4-liter V8 turbo diesel engine with 422 horsepower, which generates torque of 850 Nm. A top version means 4-liter V8 turbo, maximum torque of 550 Nm. That is able to turn off 4 cylinders. As a result, fuel economy is improved by up to 30%. With a new 8-speed PDK transmission gearbox, Panamera impresses with the dynamics and fuel economy. And the most interesting is to dispute that to reach 100 km/h in just 4.3 seconds is not that cool as in 3.6. It's almost impossible to feel the difference inside, especially when just one button on the steering wheel can activate the dynamic overpotential of a car for 20 seconds. Unfortunately, on this test, we didn't have enough time for showing and examining all the unique features of this car, and I really hope that soon it will appear in Ukraine and will prepare a real comparison test for you. Be ready to meet Porsche Panamera competitor.